Hi everybody, I'm Tim Emerson from Kuan Yin Healing, and I want to talk today about 12 common misconceptions about the law of attraction. Very often people think of the law of attraction as something that's maybe myth-based, kind of mystical. It's kind of hard to get a handle on. They're not sure if they believe it. But it kind of comes out as, why isn't this working for me, right, if it's real? Or how do I use the law of attraction? How can I make it work? And this goes back a long, long time. Businessmen like Andrew Carnegie and Napoleon Hill, Esther Hicks and the overly sensationalized film The Secret, all these put out the law of attraction as the path to success. So if all these people are going with it, I mean, Napoleon Hill was always talking about vibration as the key, right? So why isn't it working better? Why are all these very successful people talking about vibration and law of success? There's 12 common misconceptions that people have about this. And let me just kind of go through these, and maybe this will spark some revelations for you. So first one, the law of attraction doesn't work for me. The law of attraction does work. In fact, it is working. Look around us. We have much of what we want already. We tend to focus on the things we don't have yet, but where we live, what we do with our time, who we see, the kinds of work that we do, even if we're not crazy about it, these are all choices that we've made that already dictate our lives, and we already reap the advantage of those choices. So first thing is to enjoy the things that we've already attracted to ourselves, really. Second, why willpower and setting intention isn't attracting results. Okay, willpower is important, setting an intention is important, but this is not the law of attraction. This is not enough anyway for the law of attraction, okay? We are physical, we are emotional, we are mental, we are spiritual. Willpower and setting intention uses only one aspect of that whole spectrum of self. They're important, but this has got to travel down to the emotional and physical levels if you're going to manifest it, right? As well as harmonize with the spiritual levels. So willpower and setting intention alone is not enough. So 3, raising our vibration, right? What about this vibration? Raising vibration is not escaping from the ordinary world, okay? It's not, geez, if I'm too attached to things physical, I won't be spiritual. It's not that at all. Manifesting in physical reality while ignoring physical reality is an inherent contradiction. So instead of thinking of escaping a dense vibration, think in terms of coherence of energy, okay? Of sympathetic vibration through all those levels, spiritual, physical through spiritual, working together. It's not an escaping, it's getting everything working together, okay? Looking at all aspects of that. 4, the role of feeling, okay? Again, going from mental to the role of feeling. Really, what is it you really, really want? Do you want to be happy? And it sounds like a silly question, but I really mean, seriously, do you want to be happy? Are you sure? There's a wonderful flow chart I love. Is, do you want to be happy? You're like, yes, no. And if it's yes, the next questions that we lead up to is, if you're not happy, do you want to be happy? Okay? So if you're happy, keep doing what you're doing. If you're not happy, do you want to be happy? And if no, keep doing what you're doing. If yes, you have to do something different. And I would argue that most people, if they're honest, go through that flow chart, say, you're happy? No. Do you want to be happy? No. I would rather keep doing what I'm doing than be happy. Happiness is too great a price to pay. Okay? And if that's the case, you're living in the law of attraction. You have the unhappiness that you chose to pursue. Okay? If change is too great a price to pay, you're manifesting the status quo and doing a very good job of it. Okay? 5, if you're going to achieve a change in consciousness, that means that things have got to change, right? Change in consciousness, change. We need to think and feel in terms of a change state. Okay? Not just, oh, if I had these different things, not that kind of a change. You have to be different. We have to step into different ways of being, okay? And reframe some of these things. For example, people think they want money. people actually don't want money. They don't even want the things that money buys. What they really want is abundance, okay? Who goes to the forest and said, geez, if we only had X number of trees, right, with X number of leaves and X number of birds? No, we want to go to the forest and see trees as far as we can see and hear this symphony of birds, right? We want to look up into the night sky and see more stars than our minds can conceive. In other words, we want to know that there's this endless flow, that we're going to be okay, that it's secure, that we're taken care of. Not that it's X amount and it will probably be enough, okay? That means a change of consciousness, getting out of scarcity consciousness and into the idea that there's plenty, there's flow. Abundance itself is a vibration. We need to step into a different way of being. So when you're trying to attract something, not just what is it that I want, okay, but rather what kind of person would I have to be, okay? What kind of state of being would I have to be in to achieve this, okay? And this relates with the feeling one. You know, feelings are reflections of our thoughts. If you're not feeling good, it's a sign that your thoughts aren't good. In the same way that if my hand's on the stove and I feel pain, it's a sign, okay? Bad feelings are signs that your thoughts are headed in a not great direction. Good feelings are signs that your thoughts are headed in a good direction. This alone, if we understood it, would manifest different results. So for example, very common pattern in relationships, right? Boy meets girl, things are good, things are wonderful, and then just when things are really wonderful, the worry machine starts turning on and the whole thing gets sabotaged, right? If we understood that that good feeling doesn't mean that we're on thin ice, it means that our thoughts are finally headed in a good direction. And as soon as we start thinking less great thoughts, we have less great feelings and it all falls apart. Listen to your feelings. Listen to that change of consciousness. 6, I call uncertainty in Shiva. In the Hindu trilogy of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, creator, preserver, and destroyer. Okay? We like to create, we like to preserve, we hate to destroy. But these 3 things are important together. We need to stop clinging to things and let things go. It's like a stream. Things need to flow in, things need to flow out. Okay? To create something, we take materials which are destroyed from their old sense to put into something new. Thus, living in attraction, again, means change. It means becoming comfortable with uncertainty. Living in attraction means becoming comfortable with uncertainty. In fact, learning to love uncertainty, right? If you need to step into that state where things are changing, where things are not certain, into the place where things can change. And if you're not comfortable with that, if you don't want that uncertainty, you don't want the change, you don't want what you think you're trying to manifest. To attract, you must be comfortable with uncertainty. That's got to become a way of life. To let go of fear, to let that become something that goes, to let things flow out, and to let them flow out naturally, knowing there's abundance and things will be flowing in. Okay? All 3 of these things are needed. 7, love and gratitude are the foundations. They're not the fruits. Okay? Often, you know, when this happens, I'll be grateful. You have to be grateful first. Doing what we love is crucial. Right? This is the kind of focus that we need, the kind of energy, the kind of state of being. As in, you know, even if I don't get the money, I still want to do this. It will help so many people. I'm doing it anyway. That's the kind of focus and passion that intention needs. that emotional component. Be so grateful for the things that you have. I'm so busy enjoying what I have, and I'm so appreciative that I'm kind of okay that the future isn't here yet. Sure, I have desires, but that's the state you want. I'm so busy appreciating what I have now and being grateful for the things I have now that I'm okay that the future isn't here yet. It'll come. This, again, has us in abundance. You see the difference? And that's that necessary element of detachment as well. The 8th misconception, if you want something you've never had, you have to do things you've never done. We tend to say, okay, I want to keep doing the things that I do, but add this on. It doesn't happen that way. If you want things you've never had, you have to do things you've never done. If you don't have new approaches, you get more of the same things, okay? To change, we've got to reach outside of ourselves. We have to get help from others. We loners don't like to do that. You have to. In addition to the extra resources, this gets out of the limited thinking of our own heads. We have to expand. We have to grow outside of ourselves. The law of attraction is a law of growth, okay? Ninth misconception, what do you want, okay? And why do you want it? Get clear. Most people never get what they want because honestly they don't know what it is. So mainly they focus on the things that they don't want. That's the energy they perpetuate. Very few people then explore why they want this. I want this, but why? Okay, and why do you want that? What will it do for you? How will it feel? When you get that, why do you want that? What will that do for you? What will that feel? Well, why do you want that? And then you get to the root things that you really, really want. And then you're talking at essential energies that you can more readily attract and that you can attract more authentically and more quickly. Okay? Can you feel it just thinking about it? Like if, I love the example Alex Baisley gives, that if you're taking a trip to California from New York and you've been planning it and you're all excited about it, you know, you get into the car, you're not even out of your driveway yet, and you're already excited, you're going to California, you're on your way. It's weeks away yet, but you can feel it. That's the kind of feeling that you want. Why do you want this? Get clear about this so that you can feel and manifest in that way. Misperception number 10. When we spend time doing something, we get better at it, okay? If we spend time creating the status quo, that's what we get better at. If we spend time transcending our limitations, we'll get better at that too. Attraction takes growth. It's not like ordering from the menu, okay? It's more like, you know, can I order this? Like, I don't know. Have you grown up there to that yet? Okay, we have to step into those ways of being. We have to practice. We have to spend time, okay? Focusing on vibration and uncertainty and growth and so forth. 11th misperception, marginal, outrageous, our target and outrageous goals. The nature of goals. Goals by definition are beyond us. We've never done them before, okay? So we set ourselves up for failure. They're beyond our capabilities. What we want to do instead, set marginal, target, and outrageous. Marginal. Given my past experience, my past behavior, this is what I can be counted on to do. I'll at least do this much because that's what I usually do. Right? That's going to happen instead of nothing. Target goals. This is what I would like to happen. This is what we normally call goals. Outrageous goals. This is so incredible I can't believe I would even do it. Right? So, you know, I'm going to clean the whole house and repaint it and you can eat off the, like, never going to happen. And then instead of getting nothing done, usually we get almost nothing done in our goals, right? So instead, we want to get at least the marginal done, which doesn't usually happen. And then while we're doing it, we get a little bit of the target done. And what happens? The target becomes our new marginal. And then next time, that's our marginal goal, and we have new targets. And before you know it, the outrageous is happening because instead of doing nothing, you've done something, okay? And get help that you need. Goals, by definition, are beyond us. You can maybe do 90% of it. Where's the other 10%? Get help. Ask somebody else. And then the final point I want to make is the role of desire. Okay, people talk about karma as if it's punishment. It's really not. There's nothing wrong with desire. Desire is not the problem. Attachment is the problem. Karma is the law that whatever you desire, you're going to get. That's how well the law of attraction works. And you're going to keep here coming back and back and back until you finally get it, right? And all of it, the whole package of it, everything that goes with it, hence the idea that karma is good or bad. It's just simply that it's a package situation, right? If I want if I want a Corvette, I get the car payments that go with it. So desire itself is fine. Desire keeps us growing. It's attachment, all right, that then becomes the problem. So I hope this has helped. This is a little tiny bit of what we do in the reconnective journey, where we really take an honest look at all of our energy, start to finish, physical up through spiritual and then on to awareness. Getting ourselves unstuck from past patterns and into new areas of growth, understanding ourselves, and really changing the world around us as our own mindset changes. Not so much about escaping, but it's about getting rid of barriers and growing. Okay? I hope that helps. Peace. Namaste.